Hey, everybody, welcome back to today's Criticalist Cast news. The authors of Iron Man, the movie, are reuniting for a new superhero movie. Blade, will it be a rated R movie? Halo has been canceled, and we'll touch on the box office. Let's go. All right, everybody. So, as I just mentioned, the first Iron Man movie, screenwriters are coming back together for a new superhero movie. This is an independent movie, so it will not be Marvel, will not be DC, will not be any of those other smaller companies that have been putting out like Hellboy and things like that. This is Shadow Tiger. So this will be based off of a graphic India comic. There's only, I believe, 4 or 5 comics currently, so it's a new franchise, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens with this because, as we know, Mark Ferguson and Hawk Ostby basically started Marvel's billion-dollar run at the superhero franchises. So the question is, can they do that again? Is that something they'll be able to start over with a brand new franchise that has nothing to support it besides just a couple graphic novels? That'll be the interesting thing. These guys have been busy. I mean, they're not just sitting at home. Uh, they're also known for the Children of Men, and more recently they did The Expanse. So it's not like they haven't been busy, and we'll know if they still have their magic touch or not because upcoming they wrote the God of War adaptation for Prime. So is that going to be good? Is that gonna be Rings of Power bad? We don't know yet. We'll see kind of what happens there, and then that'll give us a pulse of, like, is this a new superhero thing? And another thing to take into account, I couldn't find anywhere if this is gonna be, done in the US or if this will be more of like a Bollywood. I was looking up the Shadow Tiger to see kind of what his backstory was, and he's a Indian orphan. He lost both of his parents trying to chase some money in the street, and he ends up having a secret benefactor that makes him gets him into through life, and he becomes a lawyer, and then he gets disbarred, and I believe this is all in India, and he gets disbarred for trying to fight somebody in the courtroom, and then he gets attacked and loses everything, and then the mysterious benefactor comes to him and says, "Hey, I've got this magic medallion or gem that's gonna give you superpowers or gives you super strength, and you also get my all my money, so you can go be kind of a superhero." So it's kind of a, I don't know, Batman meets Captain America kind of thing, I think. It looked like he had powers. Here, I can show you a picture of this guy. So, kinda looks like he's got powers based on these images. They're kinda small, hold on. So, we will see what kind of happens. It looks cool. Like this, he looks cool, black and gold, and that's a cool color scheme. It's a neat suit idea. So we'll see. I think they can do it again. I watched Iron Man recently, and I was like, "Phew, that is such a good movie, especially for it to stand on its own. It's more of a dry, more serious, and just a really cool movie." So we shall see. I have my fingers crossed. Next, in a recent interview, Kevin Feige said that Blade reboot shouldn't be rushed and that they're working diligently to make it a rated R movie. And he acknowledged that the original Blades were rated R, and that's probably why they were so successful, which is part of the equation. I definitely think the original Blades were so successful due to their rating and their graphic natures. But I mean, and also they weren't woke in any way. They were just ass kicking good movies where you weren't trying to pull for a villain. You were just pulling for Blade to, you know, fight off vampires as well as dealing with his demons. That's what they need to do. If they can just do that, they'll have a winning movie on their hands. And I feel like that's the battle Marvel's having right now. Battle, sorry, not Marvel, but that's the battle they're having. If they would just make a good Blade movie, Don't put any identity politics in it. Just make it Blade versus vampires, good versus bad, and make it rated R. And they act like that's so hard for some reason. That's what he goes on to talk about in this article was that, oh, it's kind of a challenge to make it rated R because Deadpool and Wolverine's one of the first ones. That didn't have to be the case. They could have made a rated R Blade movie and it would have done really, really well. And instead, they're like hoping Deadpool and Wolverine do really well, which it will. And then they'll be like, oh, now we can do more rated R. If they had been making rated R movies from the beginning, well, not the beginning necessarily, but have through the years, imagine if we had a Ghost Rider rated R and a Blade rated R and I don't know, some other people that I don't know, Black Knight that they teased in the Eternals. Go ahead, give these guys rated R movies for the adults. It'll be okay. Guess what? They're gonna make money. It's crazy. But at least they're still pretending that this movie's still gonna happen. Supposedly, it's been going through production hell, and they keep pushing the date back and kicking it down the road and talking about reshoots and things like that. And if they would just make it a standalone movie, don't try to tie it into anything, it would do really well. It would do really well. Stop trying to tie it into other things. Let it be a standalone movie. So that's my rant about that and my thoughts. Next, Halo has been canceled after season 2. I'm literally not surprised at all. I watched the first season and was just so over it. I didn't watch the second season and I have not heard any have nobody has said anything good about it that I've seen. To me, him taking his helmet off almost every episode just blew my mind. I never even really played the Halo games that much. Every once in a while, friend be like, "Hey, go play Halo." Okay, cool. Let's go play Halo. It's a cool action game, a great shooter that everybody loved for a long time. And I think once he started taking his helmet off and it became less about him fighting and all these other things that were going on, it just really took away from the series. And I think that's why it's being canceled. I think people just didn't want to see that. This could have been an awesome war movie. Or war show. There's plenty of them out there. This could have been one of them. And it's not. They they just messed it up. So, and to prove this, so I'm not just, spitting at you, spitting facts. So Halo on Criticless doesn't even have enough reviews yet because not enough people have watched it and reviewed it because they're all just sick and tired of it. But one of my friends with benefits, they gave it Salty Nerds, as Alex with Salty Nerds, gave it a 6%. He did not like it. And what did he say? Season 1 is a slap in the face. Season 2 is a slap in the face. Who gave season 1 a chance? Ouch. So there we go. And so here, we'll just give a quick rundown. Heinous, heinous, bogus, bogus. One decent, a single rad, another decent, and two more heinouses. So a lot of people gave it really bad, like 6%, 0%. And a couple people said that was okay. And one person said yeah, I quite like the series a lot, but I'm not a game purist, which is fine. I understand that. I probably would give it a low decent off the first season, but it wasn't enough to draw me back. So if you've seen Halo and you liked it or you disliked it or you have thoughts on it, go on criticalist.com, drop a couple of reviews. Let's get this up to 10. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get it going. If you loved it and you know a lot of people love it, maybe if you get enough reviews on here, we can get this in front of somebody else besides Paramount. Maybe somebody else will pick it up since that seems to be the thing to do these days. So get on here, leave some reviews. All right. To wrap up today, since it is a Monday, we're just going to look at the weekend box office numbers real quick. This isn't too crazy. So, Twisters opening weekend, 80.5 million. Not surprised at all. I saw it, loved it. It was a great movie. On Criticlist, it's doing really well. It's sitting at a high rad. We've got 20, 30 reviews in there. So, it's doing really great. Despicable Me 4, I think this is its third weekend in box office. So I'm not too surprised this came in second, still coming in strong. And third place, we got Inside Out 2. It's been in the box office for like 2 months. So for it to be still holding on at the third place is something else. And Long Legs came out last week, I think, coming in fourth. And Quiet Place Day 1, also like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that. 6 million. So interesting box office numbers. Next week, we will see a shakeup of this, I believe. Not on the kids stuff, but I think Twisters will probably pop down number 2 and Wolverine, Deadpool will definitely be number 1. Despicable Me will probably be number 3, and we'll go from there, I guess, with the numbers. So maybe next week we'll talk about it. If it's anything crazy, maybe we won't. You'll have to check in next week for that. All right, everybody, do your thing. Like, subscribe, comment. If you haven't yet, make an account at criticals.com. It's free. Come start leaving reviews of movies and shows. All right, everybody. Till next time. Peace out.